Hello guys. Everything in this show has finally gotten crazy y'all. Like seriously guys, I'm going crazy watching them all. Ji-won refused to give up on an impossible love until he was rejected in an embarrassing way. Jumi wants to go on a date with Jae-ri because he wants to thank her for falling for him, not because he likes her. I mean, talk about a curveball, right? It's like a rejection on steroids, and I can't help but call this situation pure madness. Then there's Shin, who went all out to win Ji-young's heart, only to be turned down. So, what's his plan B? Go for Jimin. And Jimin receives him with open arms, telling him, I fell hard for you and blah blah blah, and it's like, wait, what just happened? But hold on, it gets crazier. Shin questions why Jimin wasn't obvious about her feelings. Seriously? Blaming her for not being upfront, no blame on him having feelings for someone else. It's like a load of bull, and yeah, that's crazy to me. Let's not forget the pool incident. Shin was so heartbroken about Jiyoung he decided to take a deep soak into the pool. And Jimin, who was once Mingyu's top pick, settles for second place in Shin's heart. Can you believe it? I'm left here thinking, damn girl, you deserve more than silver. No jabs on Shin as a person but on the positioning of my girl Jimin. Now, brace yourselves, because here comes the twist. Yisu, the mastermind of the game, is playing chess while others are playing checkers. She's strategic, taking out her biggest threats one by one. Check it out. The first thing she did after having that awful date with Mingyu was to ask her biggest threat Jimin if she chose Mingyu. Jimin confirmed she chose Ji-won and Shin. After getting that lowdown from Jimin, she crosses her off the list. No longer a threat. Then she messes with Ji-young's mind, and let me tell you, it's working. Before you label Yisu as evil, hold up. She's just doing what it takes to get what she wants. I mean, Jiyoung could learn a thing or two. Instead, she takes Yisu's words like gospel and starts pulling away from Mingyu, thinking Mingyu is already wrapped around Yisu's fingers. Give credit where it's due, Yisu's game is on point. Her supposed man literally told her he wants to date Jiyoung, and she looked Jiyoung straight in the eyes and said it was the best date we've ever had. In episode 11, when telling Jiyoung the "We Are Done" story, she said, oh my god, he's so cute. She turned a rejection story into a romantic one, except of course if edits are messing with us. OMG, laughing my MFA off. Give her the crown guys. She's the queen of games. And guys, the madness is far from over. Remember my episode 10 recap at the 9:48 mark? I mentioned Jiyoung giving Jae-ri a chance, but I couldn't have foreseen the way she's been looking at him lately. It's like a sweet transformation. This change began when Jae-ri apologized to her after that eye-opening group date. She cried and stared at him for a long time. I was wondering too, was that a loving gaze? I was scared Jae-ri will misunderstand. But, after she rejected Ji-won, Gil-ri asked her to go enjoy a simple coffee date with him, and they spent the entire day together, becoming the last couple to reach the airport. Yo! Talk about a twist. Could it be that Jiyoung now sees Jae-ri differently? He's more captivating when he's not overwhelmed by emotions. Yes, it's a bit unexpected, but I see nothing wrong with it, and I can't understand why Jiyoung is facing backlash for her flirtation with Jae-ri. It's organic, folks. Their date's vibe ignited it. Plus, there might be an angle to make Mingyu jealous, nudging him to step up if he's interested. Finally, brace yourselves because Mingyu's situation was the craziest. Initially, I was convinced Mingyu and Yisu were the real deal, destined for the final couple spot. But a sudden realization hit me. Were Mingyu's words to Yisu a true confession of love or a Hail Mary attempt? Allow me to explain. And if you don't know what words I'm referring to, here you go.
But since we're all the way here in Yosu, if I spent the time with someone else, and couldn't spend time with you, I thought I'd regret it a lot later. I was more worried about that than what other people will think. Unlike what I've been thinking, if I don't get to have a date with you, after waiting, I thought I'd regret it too much.
This was the most reassuring words he's ever said to anyone since this show started. And if I base my final prediction on this, I would have declared Mingyu and Yisu were endgame couple. But this is Mingyu we're talking about. He gets easily confused and his heart can still be shaken. That's why Yisu is on guard 24/7. And even though these words are pretty much like a confession of commitment, it also sounded like a farewell speech in case something goes wrong. Can anyone else sense Mingyu's apprehension around Yisu? It seems he's extra cautious about not hurting her feelings. Whether during that cozy moment with Jiyoung on the couch or while rinsing rice in the kitchen, his unease becomes visible. It's like he's yearning to pursue Jiyoung but is wary of Jiyoung and Yisu. In episode 12, he finally confirmed that Jiyoung and Jiyoung were done, so he felt freer to take permission from Yisu and Jiyoung that he wants to go on a date with Jiyoung. However, while having breakfast, he was mounting up the courage to ask Jiyoung, but he waited while observing Yisu's mood. Suddenly Ji-won, our forever cool guy, swoops in and asks Jiyoung on a date. She replied and said she needed to stay home alone and rest. Mingyu interpreted this as a no, refraining from asking Jiyoung out. Instead, he turned to Yisu and asked her out. Then, another crazy twist in the tale. Mingyu lurked around a bit and seized an opportunity to plan a date with Jiyoung after returning to Seoul. Here's my gut feeling, guys. It's like he wanted to reassure Yisu. Him taking Yisu on that date was to make her feel better about how horrible she may have felt on their previous date. If he had taken Jiyoung on a date that morning, he cared a lot about how bad it'll make Yisu feel, so he decided to take her out on that date just to make her feel secure, but also agreed on a date with Jiyoung so he can get a clearer confirmation and a clearer picture on how things are between them. Mark my words, guys, if Jiyoung and Mingyu rekindle their flirtation or get physically close like before, it's game over. They're endgame material. Yet, should Jiyoung's heart sway toward Jiyoung, then congrats are in store for Mingyu and Yisu. It's a wild journey, folks, and the plot twists just keep coming. Stay tuned, guys. Those are my thoughts, y'all. What do you think? Please share yours in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, subscribe and hit the notification bell.